What's good, YouTube land? Awesome Form here, back again once again, and today we are here for episode 4 of our Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West. In this episode, we will be travelling finally to Chainscrape, where we will continue the main story quests, as well as hopefully trying to track down where Erend went. If you happen to not see the last episode, I suggest checking that out. We did a side quest, as well as found 3 of the 6 lenses located here in the Daunt from the Kaja Watchtowers. So that was kind of fun. I spent the time in between episodes grinding for some materials, so we can excuse me, upgrade some stuff and not have to worry too much about upgrading stuff in the future, as well as learning some of the machines while I'm at it. But if you like what you see here today, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, shut up, ring the bell to get notified of more content coming your way, and share with your family and your friends. Now, let's get to it. Now, Jeez, they throw rocks far. They throw rocks really far. So this is chainscrape, and that is the sign for Barren Light, which is down there. But we're going to go chainscrape first, meet some new people, and upgrade some equipment.
Savior? Wanna come in, Savior? Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
I do like the amount of representation going on in this game. I have seen so many black people just in this opening area, and that makes me happy, because I felt like there wasn't enough representation in the first game.
The Forge. Petra? Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump. It's nice to see you too. And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Sheen's, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's.
You've heard of him.
Yeah.
But he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh.
There's an embassy at Barren Light I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
Ah. Of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flame Hair, good to see you. You've got to move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
Aloy does not know how to handle her relationships very well.
Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Cool, so we have a short list of things that we need to make sure that we do while we are here. So let me go and grab my handy dandy notes. So in this episode, we need to go and gather some side quests, talk to Petra, which we did. We need to go talk to her again, as well as upgrade our equipment. And due to the work stoppage, none of the vendors are currently open. So if you are new to Forbidden West, in addition to buying your equipment, you can upgrade at a Workbench, which is normally located nearby. A Stitcher who will make you new garments. This Osram settlement called Chainscrape bears a brewery where you can get food. And of course your stash.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Joke's on you, Hammerhead. I'm into that.
So, let's have a look at the workbench. Now, you can upgrade just about anything in the workbench, including your weapons, your outfits. We can make special gear like we did before with the pullcaster. We can upgrade our pouches, which I have done already, seeing as I had time and resources. We can craft potions, and with a special ability from the skill tree, we can craft ammunition. We can craft traps, which we're not going to do because we don't need traps that badly. And I've done my armor upgrade already, which gave me a weave slot. And then we're going to upgrade. I've upgraded the blastling already, so we can upgrade our bow. So the first upgrade, which is part of the quest, we will do to unlock the acid hunter arrows. The next will increase our overall damage. And the third will give us a weapon coin. Not all weapons have 3 levels. Some of them have 5. Some of them have 4. But that depends on the rarity of the weapon. So that's done.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Erend and help him clear the bristlebacks.
Okay. So now we have access to that. We're gonna go talk to Petra because we have some things that we need to go do with her. But quickly, before we do that, I want to do something else quickly. I want to go around this way. I think they're this way. So if you recall back to the... Is it this side or is it the other side? The other side? Yes, the other. No, it's down here. It's down here. Oops. Didn't mean to click through that. So if you recall, we helped out a bunch of miners.
Olden can't just ignore us like this, can he?
And here
We
they
almost
are.
died because of him.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnold throw his crutch at him?
I see you all made it back.
Hammer and tongs. That they did, Huntress. They tell me you blasted through the problem. Lokuf here came back trembling like a twig.
Hey!
What's important is everyone made it out.
No thanks to Olvin.
Have you talked to him yet?
We're on the waiting list.
Doesn't have the guts to face all of us at once.
We need to stick together, in case he decides to send his goons over.
You're all banged up as it is. I can deal with Ulvan. You don't need to stick around.
We know, you old hammer.
Just stay safe.
A nice interacting if you've done the side quest before coming to Chainscrape. Let's head over to the other side. We're not going straight to go see Petra right away. So because melee combat is a very new thing for Forbidden West and how they've changed how the spear combat works, we have access to what's called the melee pit.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Odur. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offered challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
Cool. So this is our introduction to the melee pits, a way for you to practice and train in the new close combat or close quarters fighting skills against human opponents. I won't be doing most of this on screen until we get to the Forbidden West. So this one I'll do off screen. But when we get to the Forbidden West, the 3 that we have to do, I will do those. There's a lot of stuff on this skill tree. There's a lot of stuff, so we'll do the practice, the challenges, but we'll do that all later. I'll do this one off screen. It's a very small reward, but this will give us the errand for the enduring, which will push us to go and do the 3 that are located everywhere.
Your shop's for Osram only.
Wow, you're mean. Let's go talk to Petra. Orvin will have to wait for a moment.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Hey, Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me.
I love how people
Now
just
I
talk
need to
so
learn out my
openly and
special breed.
easily with Aloy.
Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, not trouble.
How did you end up in chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
That I can do.
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems.
Which I got.
That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
I don't know if that was a
That's
mild
what
dig.
gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around.
Tell him again.
If you say so.
So we have another errand for a dish of courage. So up here, I quickly want to show this off because I showed the Stitcher and the... Wait, what's on here? Have I not looked? I've never looked down here before. Doesn't matter. We have... Whoa. We have a herbalist who can make us potions. But of course, because of the work stoppage, none of the stores are open. We will do that in a whole separate episode.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
This is random people just...
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Ulvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table!
Dude, she's coming here with all the etiquette, bro.
Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah.
Yeah.
I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
Fair enough.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
What's a concession
This
decree?
concession decree. What is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors
Fair
backing the
enough.
claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Cool.
So
What
the
about the bristleback?
bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Disgusting.
Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Ulvund was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession Decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Fair enough.
Damn Karja slavers.
Cool. So, just as a frame of reference to anyone who didn't play Zero Dawn or watch our playthrough of Zero Dawn, the Red Rays was an event that happened with Avard's father, the Mad King Jiron, and he believed that the derangements which would have happened when Aloy was little. No, it would have happened, about 10 years ago. So Aloy's like 18. She would have been like 8 or 9 when that happened. Where the machines became more aggressive towards humans, was called the derangement. And being sun worshippers, as the Karja are, King Jiron believed that by sacrificing people, he would please the sun and the machines would calm down.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
And I mean sacrificing people. He went around to every tribe imaginable to sacrifice them and kill them in order to honor the sun. This is Machine Strike. We will come back for that, but we will have to do that another time. So we've got that. The melee pit, which I'll do in my own time. Let's do our errand first. So we've already got the materials, the food. We just need to get the stuff from the scoundrel pile, but that might involve us having to fight a few machines.
Could take off its power cell. Stop it from shooting back.
Where's the other one? Oh, he's there.
Scroungers. Mildev said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles.
Yeet. Oh, Borrow. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. This fight just got more complicated. How am I missing all of my bombs today? Oh, I have no chill water. That's not good. Nah, B. Ow. 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 Ooh, that was close. That was tight. And you fell in the bomb. Don't throw things at me. Yeet.
Right, next idea.
Okay, I'm out of ammo. Wow.
Okay, now to look through the scrap piles for a metal panel.
And now I have loads of things to scrounge up. Didn't ever pick up too many rocks. That was an interesting altercation. I think I handled that pretty well.
Full, but my stash has room.
Last taste. There should be one up here, right? There it is.
I think I have everything I need for Mildev. Good thing, too. I could use a decent meal.
Well, we ain't going back just yet, baby girl. Yes. Easy peasy. I wanted to do that first because I wanted to show off the food, how food works really quickly. Which, again, is another new addition onto this game. Okay, so that's done off my checklist. Oh, I forgot to save. I haven't saved. Need to make sure I save. Okay, let's hand this quest in, and then I can talk about food real quickly. We also get a new pouch for food.
There you are.
I want to make sure I can upgrade that as well.
From Ulvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
He's not no muscular chef, bro. It's okay.
Wow. Mildev, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on us.
I'm about to cash that in right now.
And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
An easy peasy quest.
Back for that free meal? Go on, peruse my menu.
Cool. So how food works is that you get in your pouch you get how many servings of any particular thing. So you can order, because it counts as a tool, it'll be on your toolbar on the left side of the screen. So for this we're going to go for local stew because that's 20% health, and then we're going to go for trap limit. And if you get a chance, go through the food menu and actually read all the text for the food, the flavor text. It's definitely really interesting. So you've got a skill point for that and some EXP. Let's go talk to Ulvin.
It might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out.
On the bottom of my screen I've got local stew, and then forage blackened sirloin. And I should be able to, it should have a pouch for it. Yes, food pouch, but I can't upgrade it because I need a fox hide. Let me make a job for that, actually. I need to remember to go do that. Need to make sure I do that. And when you make a job, the area is tagged on your map for later. Unfortunately for us, our tag is all the way out here, so we can't do that just yet. So let me take it off, because then it will just be on there and it will annoy me.
We are on the same side here, Owen. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act. We all know it was the Carja who let the bristlebacks into the valley. Sent them straight through the gates of Barren Light.
That is preposterous. Why would we let dangerous machines into our own land?
You mean the land that honest Osram laborers work tirelessly with no say in its governance? The land that, should you sign the decree...
Oh, you damned Concession Decree.
...would be managed by the people who actually live and work on it.
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the Concession Decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Me!
Hi.
I'm the other
Savior,
choice.
what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freehold, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your
Go west.
saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy, and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my... saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well,
echoes
I
with-
refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
He's
How
very
noble of you.
charismatic.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
He's very charismatic, but very loud.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being
Bro,
of
he's a
these
blowhard.
honest, working Osram.
Jesus Christ.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is gonna get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle.
Okie dokie, so we've got a new side quest
See
of
what
the
that Carja
Bristleback.
magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
One last thing to do before we head out again. Excuse me. There he is.
Over here. Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Ulvan's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned Concession Decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvan up.
No problem.
What is this Concession Decree that Ulvan wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess.
Yeah, Oseram are just kings of capitalism.
Exactly. With the Daunt under
They're like
Oseram
Ferengi.
law,
If you ever watch
he
Star
could
Trek,
secure more
there's a
investment for
species
their
called the Ferengi, and their
numerous
entire
ventures.
job
He
in the
can't get those
universe is to
investments
just
without the
be
concession?
No.
merchants and to
Not
focus
while
on
there's a
commerce.
chance the Sundom could revoke
Their governing
access.
body is a chamber of
Hence,
commerce.
why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvan blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvan's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
These interactions are intense.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If
Indeed.
you learn the truth, maybe Ulvan will stop blaming the Carja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
No problem. There are the odd chests around here, but I'm not too fussed about that right now.
3 months.
Okay, we're running low on some of the stuff that we need. So this will lead us up to this. Oh, excuse me. But we're gonna go this way out and do 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's see if we can find Errant first. And then we can head in that direction and do everything all at once. But the next save point we come across, or after we do this part, then we'll finish the rest later. Don't want these episodes to be really long.
I'll keep some extra on hand. Bristlebacks must have got these Oseram. I hope Errant and the other Vanguard are okay.
Me too. Oh, excuse me. My sincere apologies. Sorry, I saw
Wow,
this out the
keep me
corner of my
awake.
eye. So some more green shine. Always got to double check, see if there's a cavern to go through. I don't think there is one up here, but there is one on the other side. Sorry, minor detour. Green shine will always be on the off the beaten track, so it's something you have to pay attention. Excuse me. Something you have to pay attention to.
Is that a tripwire? The whole area's rigged with them.
Hey, you! Make it worth your while if you kill these scroungers.
It's always something.
Hold tight. I'll see what I can do.
Try luring them into the tripwire.
Woo! Oh. Ow.
Why kill it like that? What do you think the tripwires are for?
Oh, shut up. Whee! But they're not going to run into the tripwires. I don't know how that hurt me, but okay.
Kill them however you want. Tripwires matter though.
Well, if the machine would come over here...
Never saw it coming.
That's the last one.
Hello, Red. What a day, what a day. Thank the forge you showed.
I can grab this from my
Tripwire
stash.
candy. Machine hunting's a youngin's game. Come on over. Let me give thanks proper like.
Does any of these have any chill water? I need chill water.
I see you're a practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than vanguards to kill one bristleback.
So the vanguards came through here?
Yeah, just a bit ago. Down that bristleback, headed south. Then those scroungers showed up to carve the carcass, as they do.
South, after more bristlebacks?
Probably. This whole valley is swarming with them. The vanguard seemed dead set on getting rid of them.
I see.
Hold on there, Red. If you're gonna go chasing across the Daunt, you're gonna want a tripcaster. Not just any tripcaster. One of my make. Free of charge.
Workmanship looks solid enough.
Yep. Been tweaking the design since I left Chainscrape. More room to tinker out here and less chance of, well, accidents.
Boom.
Did something happen in Chainscrape?
Well, like someone.
Let me guess. Ulvund.
Back when I had a place in town, he took a real interest in my wares. Kept pressing for the Ulvund discount. I said no. He didn't like that so much. I can't prove it, but that chuff bucket set my workshop on fire. Felt it best to put some distance between us after that.
Fair enough.
The cable car operator told me the bristlebacks just appeared yesterday. Do you know anything about them?
How is old Karn? Back in the day, me and him got into all sorts of trouble. There's this one time that...
Anything about the bristlebacks?
No. Karn said true. They just showed up and ran amok. Lucky for me, I've got you and the Vanguard swooping in time to save my backside.
I'm not trying to save your butt.
Get going. Thanks for the
Thank you.
While you're blasting bristlebacks, I think I'll head down to the hunting grounds. Did you know they have a tripcaster trial? Come by later if you want to try it out.
Maybe. After I get things under control. So Aaron headed south.
No
Should be
problemo.
able to pick up his tracks with my focus.
So we're not going to do that just yet. But I'm going to end the episode here. And in the next episode, we will find out where Aaron went. And pick up his trail. If you like what you saw here today, please make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell to get notified of more content coming your way. Share with your family and friends. And I've been your boy Landon Form, and I'll catch you cats later. Peace.